Alright, that should do it, I think. Can you see me now? Alright, excellent. Sorry about that, everybody. The live view interface for going live on this. You've got to refresh it like 20 times to get it to work. Anyway, welcome everybody to Paleontologizing. It is great to see you. I'm streaming to you live right now from the lovely Potawatomi Zoo in South Bend, Indiana. And we're going to check out some really cool animals today. If it's your first time here, then welcome. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. Right now, I'm on this great big road trip going all across the American
Certainly,
West
there are many more dinosaurs waiting to be discovered.
Indiana, visiting
Many
different
new
museums,
mysteries
visiting
waiting to be
different field
pondered.
sites, visiting with other paleontologists. And today, as kind of an in-between museum stream, we're visiting a zoo. Again, the Potawatomi Zoo in South Bend, Indiana. And just give you a quick glance around. There's the carousel, there's the entrance. And we're going to take a look at the map in just a minute and figure out where we want to go. Oh, and I see some alpacas over there already. Very cool. Let me take my pennies and quarters and put them into this little bag here, so they're not in my pocket. Jangling around. Hang on just a moment here. I got to set the camera down. There we are. That's a lot better. Okay. Well, welcome. Not the Brain, Fossil Vet, Lara Croft, Not a Hobbit, a Smorphosaurus, Altmus Frizzle, Ant Streams, Liv Lin, Wanapata, Daikaiju, Chow Bao. How are you doing, everybody? It is wonderful to see you here. So glad you could join me. Well, the zoo was a lot more crowded today than I thought it was going to be. I guess it's Saturday. I've kind of lost track of the days. Streaming every day. Let's take a look at the map here.
Will there be otters?
Figure out where we
MMR
want to
me.
Certainly, there are many more dinosaurs waiting to be discovered. Many new mysteries waiting to be pondered.
With sincere appreciation and gratitude, thank you very much for the 100 bits. With sincere appreciation and gratitude, thank you very much for the 100
Let's go see if
bits.
we can find
Choo-choo.
our red panda there, first off, and see if they're awake. Thank you for the support, everybody. Benny Hill, Ironheart, how you doing? Good to see you. Right up here. Is this our red panda, perhaps? Take a look at this enclosure. I don't know, we'll see. Let's go up there and see if we can figure out what's there. Oh, we've got some big old tortoises over here. Very cool.
With sincere appreciation and gratitude, thank you very much for the 100 bits.
Tortoise, probably. Using that powerful beak to crop up grass. Very cool. Oh, he could just kind of rest on his plastron when he doesn't want to use his legs to hold himself up. Very cool. Check that out. How lucky are we being able to see it up so close? Very cool. Really neat. And we've got another one right over here. Here's our train. Let's take a look at this tortoise here. Very cool. Yeah. Wow, check him out. Very cool. Really neat. Here, take a look at those claws on the hind foot.
With sincere appreciation and gratitude, thank you very much for the 100 bits.
Kind of reminds me of a sauropod dinosaur with those pedal unguals like that. And powerful claws. Pretty neat. Very, very cool. Now, I've got to find a sign here or something to figure out what kind of tortoise this is. It looks like a Galapagos tortoise to me, but we'll find out. Very cool. We're so lucky to be able to see it so close.
That's not how a tortoise hides. Tortoise don't hide, buddy. They don't?
It seems like our alerts here might be a little bit loud. I'm going to try something. Maybe if I turn up the volume on the stream, on the microphone, then that'll make the overall volume louder. Everybody can set their volume lower to be able to hear, and the alerts won't be quite as jarring. How's the volume now on the microphone? Is it okay? Is this tolerable for everybody? Very, very cool. Yeah. And the enclosure is just posts, barstool lumber. Yeah, exactly. Too wide to be able to fit in between. Notice how the grass seems to be shorter on the inside than on the outside. Wonder what would cause that. Very cool. Awesome. So tortoises like this, I'm not actually sure when they originate. It might be during the Cenozoic, actually. I don't know if there are any big terrestrial turtles that survived the end of Cretaceous extinction, so these guys might be fairly new in the grand scheme of things. Newer than, say, sea turtles or something. I think they diverged later on. Very, very cool. Yeah, pretty neat.
With sincere appreciation and
Very cool
gratitude,
stuff.
thank you very
Yeah.
much for the 100 bits.
And thank you for the cheers, everybody. Lara Croft, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Very cool. Very, very neat.
Whoa, it's actually moving.
Notice how the scales are like such different sizes on the forelimbs like that. Since they can't actually retract their forelimbs into their shell, they've got these big, thick scales that basically act like armor plates on the front part of their arms. Really neat. Taking a drink there. Wow. Very cool. All right. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on over here. We've got an amber leopard. Where might that be? Let's see. Might not actually be outside right now. Yeah. I see a little mouse or something in there. Hopping around. Huh. Yeah, no dice with the leopard so far, but maybe we'll come back and we'll see. Very elusive cat at times, Daikaiju. We're seeing that firsthand here. Yeah.
This is a herbivore and that's
All right.
a dinosaur.
Well, I said we were going to go counterclockwise here, so I think we might as well go do that. Let's go look at the Australian section, and we'll see if the emus are out and about. During our earlier zoo visit, the emus were being kept behind the scenes, keep them safe from bird flu that's been going around. We'll see if it's the same deal here or whether we'll actually get to see the emus. Some of my favorite animals. All right, going past our tortoises again. Very cool. And these are Galapagos tortoises, just like I thought. But which one is this? Because there's multiple species or subspecies. Yeah. So this is a saddleback Galapagos tortoise. Okay, cool. So it's got that high ridge there on the carapace to like crane its neck way up in the air. Actually eat from like tall bushes and stuff like that. These are kind of your high browsing tortoises. They've got pretty long necks too, as you can see right there. Very cool. Let him walk. Very cool. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Not a Hobbit, for the support. Really appreciate those gift subs. That's wonderful. Very, very cool. And we've got some little tortoises over here, too. Got a nice little shade tarp there for when it gets hot. Is this like a desert gopher tortoise or something? I guess we'll see. Very cool. I'm surprised there's so many people here. I was not expecting that. And Alt Ms. Frizzle, emus are often harvested for cosmetic oils. Yeah, that's true. I've been to an emu farm. Visited one for scientific purposes back in Montana, up in near Whitefish, Montana. And they gave me some emu oil when I was there. I never used it. I still have it, I guess. But yeah, really cool. Got to interact with some of the emus and help wrangle some of them. And we collected some eggs for the Dino Chicken Project. But yeah, right here we've got some other birds. It's lovely to see some birds here, some macaws. I think that might be a scarlet macaw over there. And then this is that a yellow and blue macaw? What are they called? I forget. Very, very cool. The striking coloration, not just on the rest of their plumage, but on their faces too. Just beautiful. Really awesome. Look at those big, powerful beaks. Very, very cool. Yeah. Neat stuff. And, we've got a red-winged blackbird flitting around the enclosure too. Just dropping by to say hello. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. And cool, Lara Croft. Yeah, I've heard good things about that. I also recommend Prehistoric Kingdom if you would like to have dinosaurs in your zoo. That's the best game for that. Very, very cool. Here, let's continue on. Look at this one here. Very cool. And so that's a green-winged macaw right there. And I'm not sure who this is, but it's beautiful. Okay. Hi there. Yeah, you're gorgeous. That display crest on the back of its head like that. Very cool.
Pretty bird.
And kitty pens. I've not actually been to the emu farm in Solvang, but hopefully I'll be able to go sometime soon. I've got a possible trip planned in like October for that.
Are you a pretty bird? Are you a pretty bird?
Very cool.
Oversized giraffe.
Ooh, we've got a capybara right here. Very cool. The world's largest rodent. Very cool. We used to have members of this family that were even larger. There's a famous one called Amblerisa. Used to live in the Caribbean. There's a lot of fossils of it from Puerto Rico, from where my ancestors are from. Yeah. It is, it's a pretty cool critter. Oh, and holy cow, there's a giant anteater back there too. I was just reading about these guys. Got a capybara and a giant anteater in the same enclosure. Anteater just hanging out there in the shade back there. Really neat. Yeah. Somebody said take him home. Well, there are people who do keep capybara as pets. They need a lot of space and they need a lot of water. They're animals that are like semi-aquatic, so they love to swim around in the pool or whatever body of water you give them. A creature that does not make a good pet is a giant anteater back there. You can hear it snuffling from back here. They've got amazing snouts. So the giant anteater, you probably guess, is the world's largest anteater. So they live in Central and South America. And they actually walk on their knuckles. You see that right there? Walking on his knuckles like that? Almost like a gorilla or a chimpanzee. So they do that to help protect those enormous claws and keep them nice and sharp for when they tear into termite mounds. They also use those claws for defense, too. And there's at least one documented case of... Well, no, shoot, there's multiple documented cases of giant anteaters defending themselves against people and killing them. There have been at least a few different hunters in Argentina who've been killed by giant anteaters. So those claws can just tear you apart. Pretty formidable animals. This one here is not particularly big. I'm guessing she's a female. Or maybe it's just an immature male. I don't know. But very, very cool. It's awesome that we can get a decent view. Yeah. And do anteaters like water? Says Caterpillar. They do, from what I understand. So I've read that there are accounts of giant anteaters like this crossing big wide rivers. They're actually pretty decent swimmers, which is not altogether surprising. So anteaters, as a family, their closest living relatives are sloths, who are also surprisingly very good swimmers. So they diverged, shoot, I think about 50 million years ago during the Eocene. And, yeah. So I don't know, they're very different from sloths today because they've had a long time to diverge, evolve in separate directions. Oh, look at them stretch! Oh, very cool. Very neat. Oh, we are so lucky to be able to see this. Look at those big black stripes across the front. So it's still controversial why those stripes evolved, but the most convincing idea that I've heard is that it's a warning pattern, almost like the stripes on a skunk or on a badger. Saying like, hey, look at me, don't mess with me.
I want to get that from my past.
That long snout. Very, very cool. Yeah.
Oh, I want to go with the turtle.
And so look at that coarse hair like that. provides protection against the bites of termites and ants. Very, very cool. Racing stripes. I like that caterpillar. Yeah. Really, really neat. No, when somebody was asking, yeah, you're right. Fossil, yeah, that's true. Aardvarks are afrotheres, so they're related to elephants and manatees and things like golden moles and elephant shrews, sengis. Yeah, so that's an example of convergent evolution between anteaters and aardvarks. They both have elongate snouts with long tongues. They both eat insects, but they are not closely related at all. An aardvark is much closer to like a manatee than it is to an anteater, if you can believe that. Pretty cool. Ah, this is so neat. So I don't know if you've ever seen an anteater skull. They're really, really interesting. They've got this really long tubular snout, and their jaws can only open this tiny little bit. They've got like a little bit of flexible cartilage or ligament or something right at the tip. Oh, you can see that. I don't know if you can see the mouth right there. But it's just like the very end of their snout, that little bit opens. So cool. What an awesome animal. So anteaters like this first evolved in South America, back when South America and North America were still separated. Oh, look at the tongue coming out. Oh, very cool. Oh, we are so lucky to be able to see this. Look at those big, massive claws. Oh, look at that big, bushy, brushy tail. So they'll actually sleep with that tail draped over them to keep warm during cold nights on the Argentine Pampas, areas like that. So cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. And Shadowrunner, I can't zoom in on it. No. Don't have any way to zoom. But I can try and put the camera a little bit closer. But I don't want to be obnoxious with it, you know? Very cool. Seems like he's having a good day. Sitting there in the sun, snuffling at that log. Oh, look at that big, powerful forelimb. Oh man, you can see how coarse the hair is there. It's like broom bristles or something. Very cool. Very, very neat. We'll just stick around for another minute or so. He maintains his posture. We'll move on and see some other critters. But yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Just all sprawled out in the sun. Very, very cool. Wow, awesome. Well, let's say goodbye to our giant anteater and to our macaws over here. And let's continue on. Yeah. Down here, it looks like they've got some kind of event space. Oh, there's got to be some sort of corporate sponsorship thing. Okay. And there's our capybaras over there. Some running water for them. Like I said, capybaras love water. Very cool. And oh, here's the sign here. Let's see, if Science Streams is watching, I apologize, Balint. One of the major predators of your study creatures here. That's what the name means. Myrmecophaga tridactyla, which is kind of funny because tridactyla means 3 fingers. These guys actually have 5. They've got 4 fingers which bear claws, and then there's one vestigial 5th finger that doesn't have a claw. I'm not sure where they got tridactyla, but yeah. Very cool. They can eat over 30,000 insects in a day. Yeah. Alright, let's continue on here. It's so scary. There you go. Science, yep. Yeah. And do we have some peccaries over there? Who are they? Let's go investigate. Go get a closer look. Alright. Yep, some kind of porcine piggy thing. What are those? Are these javelinas, perhaps? No. They're Chacoan peccaries. Very cool. These pecklets were born May 27th. I had no idea they were called pecklets. That's kind of adorable. Born May 27th, they're already pretty big. Very cool. Really, really neat. Yeah. They are native to the Gran Chaco region of South America with very little vegetation. So this is a good example of one of those critters that moved south from North America into South America during the Great American Interchange. Because, as you probably well know, North America and South America used to be separated. And then sometime in like the Pliocene, I think it was, like maybe 3 million years ago, something like that, North America and South America just started to meet along the Isthmus of Panama. And all of these different creatures that had been separated for tens of millions of years were suddenly they could meet and interact, and they could move from one continent to the other. So peccaries like this moved south into South America. And then anteaters, that giant anteater I was showing you, those guys actually made it north into the southern part of North America. Fossils of them have been found as far north as the Sonoran Desert. So yeah, kind of interesting. And then I guess the climate changed, and they didn't really make it any further north than that. Nowadays we don't have any anteaters in North America. But we used to have them in Mexico just a few thousand years ago.
Tank,
pretty cool stuff.
That trunk is completely covered with thin, bony plates.
Very, very cool. Neat stuff. They're just hanging out there in a family group. We will leave them be for now and continue on. Let's see what was over here. I don't want to miss this. Let's see. What is that up there? Do we have some primates or something in this equipment? Looks very primate-y. Ooh, who is that up there? A black howler monkey. Very cool. Right up there. Difficult to see from this angle. We've got some squirrel monkeys in there too, apparently. And they're just hanging out in the shade. I would have come here to the zoo right when it opened today, but we're on East Coast time, Eastern time here in Indiana, and it would have been far too early for some of you viewers. So, yeah, I decided to postpone things a little bit, and hopefully this time, I guess it's working for everybody who's watching. There's an alligator enclosure. No alligators in here right now, because they're outside for the summer. Let's see if we can catch them. And Kitty Pin says the closest we have is armadillos, correct? So armadillos are xenarthran mammals, just like anteaters. So yeah, I guess the closest we have would be armadillos, yeah. Oh, we've got a kookaburra here. Oh, very cool. Really neat. So kookaburras are part of the kingfisher family. They're the world's largest kingfishers. And whereas most kingfishers around the world mostly eat fish and like invertebrates from rivers and stuff like that, these guys are kind of generalist predators. They will catch and eat fish, from what I understand, but they also eat lizards and like small mammals, basically whatever they can get their beak around. And it is a pretty formidable beak. It takes up a big part of their head. And they've got this really pointy bit right at the front. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. And they are from Australia. Yeah, Mvula, they are. I think they're only from Australia. I don't think they live in New Guinea or anything. I think they're just restricted to the Australian mainland. Maybe Tasmania too, I don't know. Somebody can look it up. Oh, no, here we go. Yeah. They do live on Tasmania as well. Yeah. Very, very cool.
You're not going to get it to talk. You're not going to get it to talk. You don't like to talk.
Very cool. Huh. Pretty neat. Oh, and we've got, looks like a toucan over here. Oh, it might be a little bit different. Ivory billed Aracari. Pteroglossus azora. Neat. They are part of the toucan family. I would have thought so. Looks very toucan-like.
You okay? Are you okay? I heard you're having some trouble getting around.
Got a zookeeper here, just checking on the bird to make sure he's okay.
He's got 2 legs. You okay? There's some people that are concerned about you.
Oh.
I see you're open it. You okay?
Huh.
What? I see you're favoring your right leg. Do I need to go get your keeper? Do I need to go get him?
Huh.
Is that a yes? I'll let the keepers know.
Very cool. It's cool to see welfare checks happen on these animals, just to make sure that they're doing okay. Yeah. Big beautiful bill on this.
Definitely favoring the leg.
Jump! Jump! It's Marvin! Your cousin,
I'll let them
Marvin
attend to
Berry!
this. I wanna...
You know that new sound you're looking for? Well, listen to this!
Oh, we've got emus over here. Holy cow. Really excited. Yeah. Oh, and we've got a raid. Well, welcome, everybody. Welcome, Raiders, to Paleontologizing. Great to have you here. We're going to see some modern dinosaurs here. Some emus. Look at that. Emu dromaeus, I think is the...
And if dinosaurs had not died, I imagine the mammals would still be small creatures. Like
welcome,
this,
Raiders,
to
Paleontologizing.
And we wouldn't be here.
My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. Normally, I'm streaming from my office back in the San Francisco Bay Area. We talk about some of the latest fossil news. We go over new discoveries, new publications. I answer people's questions. I'm going to start doing some more interviews with other paleontologists and stuff, too. But right now, I'm on a big road trip, going all across the American West, visiting different museums and field sites. Later on in the summer, I'm going to be doing some field work, and cross your fingers, hopefully we'll be able to stream that, too. Show you what it's like to dig up dinosaurs live on stream. There goes our emu. But yeah. I'm in South Bend, Indiana at the Potawatomi Zoo right now. And we don't really have any fossil museums in this area, so apart from the one we went to yesterday in Indianapolis. So yeah, we're here at the zoo talking about biodiversity, talking about all kinds of different cool critters and how they came to be, including this lovely emu down here. Very cool. So emus are actually pretty important to dinosaur science. Anytime that we're trying to figure out something about, dinosaurs, especially bipedal dinosaurs, like theropods and critters like that, emus can provide a pretty good modern analogy, because they are a big flightless bird, and they are themselves living dinosaurs, as all birds are. But these guys are particularly dinosaur-y because they're flightless. So if we're trying to figure out how bipedal dinosaurs might have walked, what their behaviors might have been like, birds like this can offer us really cool clues about that. Yeah. Very cool.
It's a dinosaur.
Oh my gosh, look how close he's getting. Don't put your fingers in there.
Look at that look!
Look at that look! Is he giving you a look?
Yeah. Oh, look at my eye!
Oh, he looked at your eye. You like him, Reese Boo? Alright, let's go see what's next.
Chloe, look!
Hello. Howdy there. You're beautiful. My goodness.
Ready?
So cool.
Yeah. You can even tell something.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Wow. What a treat to be able to see an emu so close. Sorry I'm being so quiet right now. It's just so cool to see. The way that it walks with those three-toed feet, just like a theropod dinosaur, or like an ornithopod. Very, very cool. But you just witnessed a living dinosaur. You do every time you see a bird, but these are particularly dinosaur-y, I guess, by virtue of being terrestrial. Very, very cool. Awesome. So glad we got to see this. At the other zoo that we did a stream from... Oh, from there. The other exhibit we did a stream from all the birds were kept behind the scenes as a bird film. It's really cool to be able to see this emu out here.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very cool. Here, let's go down there again and see if we can see it a little bit closer. I'm just following this emu now. Yeah.
I don't think there's any reason for us to go down there. I think it's just the bathroom.
Alright. Very, very cool. So these are... Emus can grow to be the second largest birds in the world by weight, and also by height, I guess. Only the ostrich is taller and heavier. Very, very cool. Look at those orange eyes. Oh, man. So cool. We're just following him around at this point. Very cool.
You have to go party up.
Oh, and down here we've got our American alligator. Alligator mississippiensis. You know, we've got a nice little phylogenetic bracket going here. We've got crocodilians, and we've got ratites. The old crocs and emus. So yeah, shoot. Many of you have heard me talk about the extant phylogenetic bracket before, but yeah, anytime that we're trying to figure something out about the biology of dinosaurs, we can get really cool clues by looking at modern crocodilians and looking at modern big flightless birds like that emu. So we're kind of in the dinosaur spot here, I guess. Very cool, because so many things don't fossilize. If you're trying to look at, think about dinosaur reproduction or physiology or, soft parts, behaviors, things like that, it could be really difficult to make determinations about that kind of thing. To have, so I don't know, the extant phylogenetic bracket, looking at their closest living relatives, like alligators and like emus, can give us really cool clues. Try and figure out the biology, stuff that's, squishy stuff that's hard to decipher from the fossil records, stuff that might not be preserved, that kind of thing. So yeah. The Archosaur section, there you go, Rehabilon. There you go. Yeah, welcome back, by the way. And I agree, Lenina, emus are such neat birds, so I'm going to try and pay more attention to chat from here on out. But yeah. A lot of enrichment. Well, Dork Apocalypse, they also have that whole big building in there. Yeah, it's outside right now because it's summertime, but they've got a pretty beautiful enclosure inside that building. So yeah. And I think alligators don't really, I don't know if they really require all that much in terms of enrichment, do they? They're pretty easygoing animals, and they're pretty adaptable. So yeah. Yeah, they relax a lot. There you go, Izzy Black. Yes. Yeah. And yeah, me too, Dark Apocalypse. You and me both. Yeah. This seems like a pretty decent zoo, though. Alright, we're supposed to have some red kangaroos in here. Let's see if we can spot them. Haven't managed to see any kangaroos yet. There's our emu over there, making the rounds. I don't see any kangaroos yet. He might be hanging out inside in the shade. It is pretty warm here. Not super, super warm, but warm enough. And we've got some prairie dogs here. Oh, beautiful. I'm used to seeing these guys out in the wild. There's one standing sentry right there watching out for everybody else. Very cool.
By roar.
Nothing gets excited by roar.
And Didius Maximus, hey, that's so kind of you to say. I'm so glad I was able to improve your day. Welcome to Paleontologizing. I hope you stick around.
Things to say, things to know.
People to see, things to do, places to be. Sure. Somewhere.
Let's go ahead and scoot past our prairie dog here. Chewing on something.
The duck's head. I threw one on the duck's head. Grandma, I threw a piece of food on the duck. Go in the hole. Go in the hole.
Very cool.
I threw a piece of food on the duck's head on accident. Wake up, wake up. I threw a piece of
Very, very cool. It's a pretty large one for a prairie dog. You can see those stout claws that they use for digging. Chewing on something. Very, very cool. Yes, these are black-tailed prairie dogs. And I've seen these guys in the wild out in Montana. And shoot, when I was driving up through South Dakota, saw some prairie dogs as well. Oh, and we've got a duck making a landing there. All right, let's continue. It's always funny to hear people misidentify the animals very loudly while they're leaning against the sign. It's like, oh, look at the otter. She's leaning against the prairie dog sign. Oh, and there's our squirrel monkeys. Very cool.
Oh, the monkeys! I think those are spider monkeys.
Yeah.
Look up where you see them? Look up there.
That little bitty.
Can you see
Squirrel
that?
monkey there.
Oh, look, you can see the monkey right there. See the monkey? There's a monkey.
So primates happen to be the most brightly colored of all mammals. Look at those yellowish, orangish forelimbs there.
Right there. He's on the fence. You see him? Yeah, monkey.
And they're the most brightly colored of mammals because they've re-evolved color vision. At some point in our history,
That cat.
during the age of dinosaurs, really, mammals lost the ability to see in color. But primates have re-evolved that. So they tend to be pretty
And
colorful
up
as
there,
a
you see
result
that big
compared
black
to
thing
other
up there?
mammals.
That's a orangutan.
They probably use that color vision for identifying fruit, stuff like that. Maybe also for identifying venomous snakes.
Let's go. Find Grandmama.
Very cool. And there's those black howler monkeys up there still hanging out under the shade. Very cool. Super neat. And Osteophyte, welcome back. Good to see you. Caravan, land otter, the list of band names. I like that. Yeah. Very cool. Super neat to see. Here, let me go over here.
No, it's hard to get
Shoot, let me try and catch up to chat real quick. Somebody was asking about the Henry Vilas Zoo. Yeah, Lady Niobe. I have been to the Henry Vilas Zoo. I haven't done a live stream from there, but I've been there a number of years ago. Yeah, my college girlfriend was from Wisconsin. She's from the Madison area, and so we went to the Henry Vilas Zoo together a couple times, I think. Really cool. I liked it a lot. Yeah. And I don't know if you have a zoo in Wyoming. I want to say you've got one in Laramie, but I could be wrong. I'll be driving through Wyoming in just a few days again. But yeah. And good afternoon to you too, Kodali. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. All right, there's the indoor alligator enclosure, which is devoid of alligators right now. So we're at the perimeter of the zoo. Let's keep going. Let's see what else we can spot. All right. And I have been doing okay. Is he black? Thanks for asking. Yeah. I basically just got back from a week-long vacation with no streaming. And now I'm back to streaming every day. Oh, shoot. For anybody who might just be tuning in, let's do a quick station break kind of deal right now. If you're just tuning in, welcome to Paleontologizing. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist here on Twitch, trying to do what I think every good scientist should do. Outreach. You know, talking to regular people. Yeah, answering questions, talking about cool stuff. So normally I do that from my office in the San Francisco Bay Area, but I'm on a big road trip right now. Right now I'm in South Bend, Indiana at the Potawatomi Zoo. We're checking out the animals here, talking about their evolutionary relationships, talking about their cool adaptations, talking about their biology. It's been a lot of fun so far. So if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And I'll try and do better about keeping an eye on chat. So yeah, and it was relaxing, Lenina. Thank you for asking. Or hoping. Thank you for hoping.
All right.
But yeah, I had a lovely time off. It was really nice. I actually tried to stream a couple of times, but didn't have enough signal. It was in kind of a remote area. Yeah, here are our peccaries again. South American peccaries. Very cool. And let's see what we got over here. Continuing onward. Oh, Potawatomi. Thank you, 08 Echo. You can tell I'm not from this area. Potawatomi Zoo. Thank you, thank you. What have we got here in this aviary? We've got a barred owl. Barred owl. Shoot, that train must be awfully loud to you. Sorry about that. Got a big freight train going by over there. Right behind the grounds of the zoo. Owls have superb hearing. Yeah. Very cool. I've seen owls like this in the field before. It's probably a barred owl that I saw one time. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was driving out to camp out on the American Prairie Reserve in central Montana. Driving my little Suzuki Samurai. And so just driving on these super remote dirt roads, like 90, maybe 100 miles from the nearest town. And my high beam's on, and then suddenly, big ol' owl just swoops down. It's like caught in the headlights. And just stays in front of my car for like a quarter mile. Just flying in front of me. It was kind of magical. It's very cool, and that was probably a barred owl. I remember being bigger than this, but I don't know. When they spread their wings, they're very large indeed. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. And, Jenna Strand, welcome back. Good to see you. Tarquin, how are you doing? And Tarquin, yeah, I like trains too. Trains are pretty neat. Oh, here's a good opportunity for a hydrate. Redeem those hydrates, everybody. hope the drinking fountain works. Cool, led by Al. Yeah, Golganek. It was a pretty cool moment. Yeah. Oh, and very cool Rehabilum. Really neat. Pheasants and red kites, too. You're lucky you've got some awesome birds around you. Here's a smaller train. There we go. Alright, let's see if this thing's working. It is. Alright. Here's the train. And here we go toward this. What's in here? Yeah. And Jenna Strand trip's been going great. Yeah. I was on on kind of a break for a while. I took, 7 days off, I think? Little vacation. Oh, we got a bobcat here. Sorry, interruption by bobcat. Look at you, Lynx rufus is the scientific name for these guys. They're very closely related to Lynx canadensis, the Canadian lynx. Same genus.
Look at the other one.
Very, very cool. Look at those pointy ears. So like almost all cats, they've got these white spots on the back of their ears. I think it might be all living species of cats have those white spots on the back of their ears. And it's thought that that might be like an eye spot to fool other animals into thinking, oh shoot, its eyes are there, it sees me. So you're less likely to want to sneak up behind it. Anyway, very cool. It's kind of a monochrome bobcat. I am right. It is a bobcat, right? Yeah. Lynx rufus. Bobcat. Very cool. Just relax in there in the shade. Very cool. He's kind of small for a bobcat. Might be a female or it might be an immature individual. Very, very cool.
I can't wait to live to slow down a little so I
Really
can
neat.
watch more of your streams again. Laughing face. But I guess being subbed for almost a decade does that to you.
Good thing there isn't a box. There you go as you park, yeah. Yeah. And holy cow, Dinosaur Dave, really appreciate your ongoing support. Thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Is there another one? Is there two?
Very cool.
Last time there's two and mentioned that one should be there.
Yeah, and Dork Apocalypse, I agree, cats are very good. It's really cool to see. See a big one here. We're going to see some even larger cats as we continue on through the zoo. Very cool. Very, very cool. And, oh, and Mr. Sniff is back. How you doing, Matt? Good to see you. Yeah, Bobcat. Just like in the Bobcat movie. Oh, man. Alright. Let's see what we've got over here. Later on in the stream, I think we're going to see some tigers, we're going to see some rhinoceros, we're going to see some okapi. Particularly excited about the okapi. Who have we got in here? A red fox. My goodness, look at you. It's okay. How you doing? Hi. It's okay. You're okay, I don't want to scare you. He's looking at the microphone cover. Doesn't know quite what to think. These are one of my favorite animals when I was a kid. Pretty cool. Pretty adaptable little carnivorous mammals. The foxes are vulpids. They're close to dogs, but they're also close to cats. I think dogs are their closest living relatives, canids. But yeah, they're not dogs themselves. They are related to them. There. Trying to get warm in the sun? Oh, you're very pretty. Yeah. Look at that orange coat. Oh man, very, very cool. Yeah. A dog cat. There you go, undisclosed space frog. Yep. You're such a cool critter. Look at you. Bottom thing there. Getting some scratches in. Love it when you go to the zoo and there's certain animals that are just as interested in seeing you as you are in seeing them. Otters are often like that. River otters in particular. There are these ones at the Oakland Zoo back home. You go up to the glass and they'll just come right up and greet you, and it's almost kind of jarring. It's like, no, otters, I'm here to see you. What are you doing staring at me? Yeah. Yeah. Land otters. There you go, Lenina. Yeah. There's our bobcat again, still hanging out in the same spot.
I don't know what button we got.
Ooh. Sees a bird. He's on the alert.
Automatically focused, but it's not doing that. What do you think you charged?
Wish the glass were a little clearer here. It's kind of scratched up.
See where it says auto? That means it should automatically have the numbers.
All right, let's see who else we can see. Yeah. Yeah, maybe they think we humans are this. There you go, Lady Nyobe. I like that.
Where'd they go?
Yeah, they're like, look at those poor creatures walking around in here in some of their few leisure hours when they're not at work. Whereas we just get to lounge around the whole time and have food brought to us and everything. Must be pretty good to be a zoo animal in a lot of cases. Don't have to worry about predators or anything. Yeah. But yeah. Alright, over here we've got some bison. Right there. The national land mammal of the United States is the American bison. Maybe we'll get a better view from the other side, but yeah. We have here. Let's see one. It's like a big old bull. Maybe we'll see some cows as well. And the keepers take care of your health concerns too. Exactly, undisclosed space frog. You don't even have to have health insurance or anything. Like I said, it's got to be a good life. Here's our bison. Oh, there's two of them.
Yeah.
So a cow and a bull, it looks like.
It's like gross.
Very cool. They're so close. Anytime you get this close to a big mammal like that in a zoo, you gotta watch out for biting flies. Because the flies that are attracted to them will also go for you. So, remember last time we were looking at the rhinoceros in the zoo in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I got bit by a horsefly right on my calf. Very cool. Look at those big clumps of fur coming off right there. You really don't need that during the summer. It's plenty warm. Very, very cool.
Flying down the road. Flashed his light.
Look at those tails flicking back and forth. I'm gonna shoo away any biting flies that might be around. Wow. What a cool critter. One of the largest land mammals in North America. And we talked all about bison in the last zoo stream, so I don't want to repeat myself too much. But an interesting fact about them is they're actually the smallest species of bison, as far as I know. They existed during the Pleistocene. There are like 3 or 4 species of bison. And all the larger ones went extinct at the end of the Pleistocene. And we're left with these guys. So they might seem very big to us, but they're actually small by bison standards. Look at this graph! And yes, they've had a huge reduction in their range. So they used to range all across North America, up into Canada, across the US, and down into Mexico. I've even heard reports from like Spanish explorers that they saw them way down in Florida as well, which is not reflected here. And today, there's just a few that live up in the Great Plains of the United States and then up in Canada. I think those are forest bison up there and then American plains bison down there. Different subspecies, I think. Or they might be like subspecies. I'm not sure. But, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So these guys were once just ubiquitous. Lived all over the place. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to live in a future where we have free-ranging bison all across the U.S. again. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, for a while I was working with the American Prairie Reserve in central Montana. And one of their big goals is to bring bison back and just have big free-ranging herds. And they're working on it. They're using public land and then buying up private land and tearing down fences and trying to restore these critters to at least, you know, some percentage of their original range.
Bison pals.
Yeah, cool stuff. And Embus, thank you for the 4-month streak. Really appreciate that. Thank you for your ongoing support, Embus. I appreciate you. Yeah. Very cool. And there's some bison around Rockford, Illinois. Is that right, Orchid? Very cool. Yeah. Really neat. And 420 Nathan. You're a keeper. You're a keeper here at the zoo, you mean? Very, very cool. That's awesome, Nathan. Holy cow. Yeah, shoot. What should I definitely make sure I don't miss, I guess is my primary question. What do you think is the coolest critter around?
Embus watches you.
What's something that people miss that you want to make sure I don't miss? Yeah. And holy cow, thank you, Embus, for the support. Really appreciate those gift subs. Thank you very, very much. And if any of you just received a gift sub thanks to Embus's generosity, then please thank them and enjoy the emotes. Enjoy not having to watch the ads and stuff. Oh, and we've got another train going by. Little freight train. Very cool. Oh, and we've got an underwater viewing pavilion for the otters. Let's take a look at this. This is going to be cool, I think. it is in there. Oh, very short train.
Really spectacular. Spared no expense.
Oh, we've got giraffes back there.
The Dinosaur Dave
Neat.
gifted 420
I'm gonna wait here for just a minute.
a subscription.
So ready to kind of clear out a little bit. It is an enclosed space. And with COVID, I don't necessarily want to be like cheek by jowl around a whole bunch of other people.
In the channel.
So we'll wait for that to clear out just a bit while I'm going. Very, very cool. I can tell you a quick story, though. I've actually seen river otters in the wild. I remember one time, I think it was during the summer, and I was walking from my mom's old house in Contra Costa County, California, walking from there to Barnes & Noble. I would sometimes do that during the day if I didn't have much else to do. Go and browse the books and do a lot of reading and stuff. I treated that place like a library sometimes. But as I was walking there, it was like less than a mile, I think. Maybe a little over a mile. Walked over this bridge over the Contra Costa Canal, and there were 2 river otters just hanging out there in the canal. Like, less than a mile from my house. It was amazing. Like, I didn't believe it at first that just had river otters right there in suburban California. But there they were. Pretty cool. So this is a canal where people would dump shopping carts and garbage and stuff like that. And sometimes I'd go down there and clean it up. Really surprised to see otters in there. I guess they would use it as kind of a thoroughfare for moving between different ponds and lakes and stuff. So yeah. This is cleared up a little bit.
Let's protect our fossils, because if they're removed, America loses forever.
The otter is her favorite animal.
Can't actually see any otters right now, so we'll come back. Let's go see if we can spot some giraffes, and then we'll see if the otters will cooperate when we swing through again. There we go. Oh, and there's the otters right there. Shoot. There we go. There's a river otter right there. Beautiful critters hanging out on the grass. Very, very cool. There's another one. Oh, look at him go. Oh, how lucky are we? Wow. Very cool. Oh, that is so cool. Makes me really happy. Awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah. Holy moly. They do have a really nice enclosure, Jenna Strand. Shoot, I'd like to live here. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Well, we'll be coming around it back again, I bet. So let's go see if we can spot some giraffes right now. Oop. There goes the train. All right, here's the Giraffe Conservation Center. Let's see if we can spot these tall guys. Let's see how easy it is to hide a giraffe. Oh, there's some inside there.
The creature we will be examining is a paleontologist.
Oh, and holy cow, we're getting a raid here. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Shoot. Who was that? Zegamas, thank you for the raid, and welcome everybody to Paleontologizing. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's not, then welcome back. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. Here on Twitch, trying to do science outreach, you know? Talking to people about science, answering questions, going over some latest research, all that good stuff. Normally I'm back home in California, streaming from my office, but right now, on this great big nationwide road trip. So I'm currently in South Bend, Indiana, at the Potawatomi Zoo, and we've been having a great time here. Just saw some otters a minute ago, and that was really, really neat. And now we're going to try and track down some giraffes. So yeah, we're here at the zoo, talking about biodiversity, talking about how all these different animals are related to each other, how their different characteristics evolved, and just having a good time. So welcome, welcome. It's great to have you here. Alright. And yeah, if anybody's not yet following Zegamas, then check out their channel, see if it's something you might be interested in. Alright.
Hello Danny, my 4-year-old and I found you on the Fossil Hunter Simulator page. Damien wanted to tell you that you did a good job.
Let's see if we can go get a better look. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Nibbling on the door, you see him? Very cool.
On formal occasions, he's called Brontosaurus. Big fella, isn't he?
Interesting critter.
70 feet long. Tips the scales at a substantial 35 tons.
Hopefully you can see right now. We're not going to linger too long here because it's kind of, I don't know. There's other animals that we can see closer up.
They're right inside of there.
Let's go over this way and see if we might be able to get a closer look. Cross your fingers. Maybe they'll walk over to where we can see them.
Here's something stranger than science fiction. Prehistoric fact.
And yeah, there you go, Zegamas. Forgot you're an archaeologist. That's super cool. Yeah. Thanks for saying so. So if anybody's interested in archaeology, follow Zegamas. Yeah. Oh, there's our. Is this one coming out?
Oh, here he comes.
Well, I mean, they can come out. They just don't want to.
Very cool. Let's see if we can see him over here.
Where's my child?
Pretty neat. Very, very cool. Those folks some space. Oh. There's a giraffe right there. Much taller one. Look how long the ossicones are on it. Very cool. Yeah, so those protuberances on top of the head are called ossicones. And in giraffes, both the males and the females have them. And their closest living relative, the okapi, only the males have them. And I heard we might even see some okapi later today. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. The fence licker is Kellen. Is that right? 420, Nathan. Really? That's Kellen over there? Let's see it again. Now, Nathan, are these reticulated giraffes? Yeah. I forget, there's like 2 or 3 different species or subspecies. There's reticulated giraffes, there's... I forget the other ones. I think reticulated giraffes are the most common in captivity, though, so I'm guessing that's what they are. Am I right? Yeah. What's my favorite zoo animal? Science film? Shoot, I don't know.
32 feet long and
favorite
14
zoo?
feet
I know.
high. 1,500
I've only ever seen them in one zoo, but Gavialis gangeticus, the Indian gharial, is my favorite zoo animal. I got to see some in Honolulu, and that was magical. Close second would probably be cassowaries. But yeah. And they are reticulated giraffes. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate that. Yeah. And you're a reptile guy. Okay, Nathan. Cool. Where is the reptile house here at the museum? Because I was told that not only are there reptiles in it, but there's also a pressed penny machine. And I've got to get the pressed pennies from this zoo. I heard it might have been out of order a while ago. I hope it's still up and I hope it's back up and running now. But do you know where that machine is? It'd be really good to know. Yeah. Oh, it's by the front gate. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, and holy cow, Segamas, thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. You go get some rest, my friend. Thank you. And I'll see you again soon, I hope. Yeah. And yep, there we go. Thank you, Lenina. Yeah, gharials are these awesome slender-snouted crocodiles. They are critically endangered. And I'd never seen a live one until I got to see one in the zoo. It was very, very cool. Yeah. Pretty neat. All right, things are clearing out over here a little bit. Let's see if we can get a closer look. Yep. That's like an enrichment thing. Because giraffes in the wild, they're using their tongues to manipulate branches and stuff and pull down foliage for them to eat. I wonder if they're in captivity, they don't get as much of a chance to do that. So, very cool. There you go, Check Nerd, yes. Oh, no worries, Segamas. Yeah, that's okay. That's not a problem. Nathan, anything in particular about the behavior of these particular giraffes? I've heard giraffes can be very finicky animals. They can be very high-strung. I read a story once about, I think it was in the Brooklyn Zoo, or the Bronx Zoo, about like a child losing a balloon in the zoo, and then it, like near the giraffe enclosure, and it got stuck in a tree near the giraffes, and they got so spooked by it that they wouldn't come out of their house for like a week after that. Yeah, does that sound right? Can giraffes be that nervous, that high-strung? Yeah. Very cool. And Remmels, oh, sorry, I don't have time for that. But welcome. Good to have you here. Yeah. Yeah, they're very shy and yet easily spooked. You have to be really patient with them. There you go. Yeah. So Nathan, if you work with the reptiles, what's your favorite reptile that we have here? Because I want to make sure that I see it. I want to make sure we pay it its due attention, you know? We already saw the alligators. Alligator, I think there was one, which is very cool. We've got a nice statue here of 2 giraffes. Very neat. Just to give you an idea of scale here. Giraffe mother and calf sculpture. Very cool. So this is about the size of a newborn giraffe. They can be like 6 feet tall, like almost 2 meters. They are born that big, which is nuts. And then here is the mother here. She's probably a good, I don't know, 18 feet tall, something like that. So yeah. And I know I've asked this before. We've actually probably talked about this many times. But who in chat can tell me, or just take a guess, especially if you don't know for sure. Take a guess. How many vertebrae, how many bones in the neck does a giraffe have? Just take a guess. Should play the Jeopardy music here. Yeah. Mayorspace says display. Unicorn Cop says 500. 9, 6, 32, 69, 7, 1001. We've got some good guesses here, and we've got some interesting guesses. But the correct answer is 7 neck vertebrae. They've got 7 cervical vertebrae going from, their back to the back of their head. 7 vertebrae. It's actually the same number that we have. It's the same number that almost all mammals have. For whatever reason, mammals are very conservative about their number of neck vertebrae. I've heard it might actually have something to do with just kind of the mammal body plan and how things work during development. Or if you have more or fewer than 7, it's like a bug in the code that basically messes everything up, to put it in computer terminology, if that makes it any easier. But yeah, 7 cervical vertebrae in a giraffe. Also 7 in us. Pretty interesting to think about. For an animal with such a long neck, it's just got super elongate vertebrae. Beautiful statue. I like that a lot. Yeah.
This is so pretty.
It's so pretty. Oh, that's cool, Trek Nerd. That's neat. Yeah. Alright, not sure what's going on down here. We still have rhinoceros to see, and Siberian tiger, and okapi, and some other critters. So let's see who we can find. Remmels. Oh my god, they were roommates. I know that little video. Alright. Oh, this is all the giraffe enclosure, apparently. They've got a lot of space to stretch their legs. They're just hanging out inside right now. It's cool, good for them. Not gonna fault them for that. Maybe they're watching on twitch.tv/paleontologizing. Oh, and K-Biz has got a great question. Any close relatives to the giraffe? They seem so unique. I'm so glad you asked that. That is a phenomenal question. We'll be talking about that in a little bit when we go to see their nearest living relative, which is the okapi. So hopefully the okapi will be visible and I can show you them. They're still about 10 million years distant, like they split apart about 10 million years ago, so they're pretty different. It's had a long time to change. But they're both part of the same family. Giraffidae is the name of that family. Here we've got snow leopard. snow leopards. Probably inside. No, go. Look. Snow leopard. Very cool. Sitting on that platform back there having a snooze. Very, very cool. That looks like a brewer's blackbird. Maybe a grackle flying around there, causing mischief. There you go. And what can I say about these guys? Well, I hope you can see the ear sticking up right there. So that ear's got a white spot on it, and as far as I know, pretty much all cats have got white spots, or light-colored spots on the backs of their ears. It's been suggested that that's like a false eye spot, so that it's more difficult to, like, I don't know, creatures will be less inclined to sneak up on them if they think that they're being watched, you know? Very cool. So snow leopards have a reputation for being very rare, very elusive, and very, yeah. They are threatened, I think. But it's interesting. They've got a super wide range. So snow leopards can be found in, I think it's like at least a dozen different countries. From Russia all the way down south to India, Nepal, Bhutan, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan. They're all over the place. But they live in mountain ranges. And that's how they capture their prey, is they actually jump down from a precipice or from a big rock or from somewhere high up. They jump down on their prey. Mostly deer, different species of deer and goats and critters like that. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah. You still can't see it in airspace? It's right back there sitting on top of that platform. Yeah, very cool. Oh, in China too, Orchid Twilight? I didn't realize that. Cool. I guess that makes sense because they'd probably be in the inner Mongolia region of China, kind of near the Altai Mountains, I would guess. Yeah. Very cool. So I think they're one of the widest ranging species of cats. Pretty neat, at least in terms of different countries. Maybe not in terms of actual square miles or anything. But yeah, pretty cool. Snow leopards. Are they in Tibet? Yeah, Tarquin they are. That's right. Yeah. Ooh, I heard somebody over there. What kind of bird was that? It almost sounded like a kookaburra. Huh. Alright, let's continue along this way. Just so we make sure we don't miss anything along this path. Nice and secluded. And snow leopards are your favorite animal? Very cool, Orchid Twilight. Very, very cool. It's a good favorite animal. I like that. Yeah. And they do go after mountain goats. Interesting, Izzy. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. And yeah, we saw the kookaburra back there by the alligators, yeah. That was pretty cool. And then there were those big toucan-looking birds. One's from the toucan family. I forget what they're called. One of them was acting kind of funny, so zookeeper came over to check on it.
Oh, there's Allie. I'll see you.
What's making that clicking noise? Is that an insect? I turned the camera like we'll be able to see. That's probably the pump there or something. But yeah. And you could just barely see the snoot of the giraffe poking out of that middle door. They are enjoying being inside right now. What's this building here? Let's check this out. Arakari, thank you, Nathan. Thank you. That's what they were. Yeah, I couldn't quite remember that, so thanks. Yeah, one of them was kind of like, I don't know, some people were concerned, so they called over one of the keepers, and she was taking a look at him. And we've got some construction going on here. Cool. glad we walked over just for the sake of thoroughness. Yeah. And oh, it sounds like maybe an electric gate. That does make sense, Remmels. It does. Yeah, it does have kind of an electrical sound. Yeah, cool. Oh, and Orchid Twilight. Holy cow, you're less than 15 minutes apart. You mean you were in Rockford at the same time? Orchid, that's super cool. Wow, small world. Just let you enjoy your tour. I appreciate that, Orchid. Thanks for not stream sniping me, I guess. I appreciate you. Yeah. All right. Back around this way. Mm-hmm. I've not been to any Australian zoos. I've never been to Australia, Lady Nobody. No, not yet. Very cool. And Feral Terminator, it should be in the stream title, but I'm at the Potawatomi Zoo in South Bend, Indiana right now. And we've been having a ton of fun here. It's been really cool. Yeah, there's that same click noise again. That's gotta be probably an electric fence. Yeah. Sounds like it. Yeah, down there maybe. And I guess you've got to have an electric fence to keep these guys in. Red River hogs. Very cool. Into sub-Saharan Africa. And quite elusive if these are any indication. Oh, there they are back there. See that mound of like reddish, orangish, brown back there? They're just hanging out in the shade. See the tail go back and forth on the one on the right. Yeah. Cool. And that, I know that sound. Recognize that anywhere. That's a peacock. I wonder if they've got free-ranging peacocks here, like at the zoo in Billings. We'll have to see. Oh, and this is going to be a lion experience of some sort. Doesn't look like it's finished yet. I don't think that would keep a lion in. But that's going to be cool. Living a naturalistic habitat. Oh, good, with high fences. That's a good thing. Very cool. Building an observation window. That's going to be really neat. That is going to be really neat. Cool.